Good afternoon. So today we will talk about cloud computing lecture 2 on the vision of cloud computing and remaining topics. So here we will talk about these different chapters in upcoming classes. So today we will talk about the vision of cloud computing. See, cloud computing allows anyone with a credit card to provision virtual hardware, runtime environment, and services. So these are used for as long as needed with no upfront commitment required. So here we have a global marketplace. So in the global marketplace, both vendors and consumers, with the help of a credit card and internet, they will access to the global cloud marketplace. And based upon customers' requirement, if any vendor is providing those services, so those services will be taken by the customer. So here different customers will have different approaches. So if a customer is want to grow infrastructure and one of the vendor is providing infrastructure, then he will contact that vendor and we will take the infrastructure. So the long-term vision of cloud computing is that IT services are traded as utilities in an open market without technological and legal barriers. So in this cloud marketplace, cloud service providers and consumers trading cloud services as utilities play a central role. So the need for ubiquitous storage and compute power on demand is the most common reason to consider cloud computing. So a scalable runtime for applications is an attractive option for applications and system developers that do not have infrastructure or cannot afford any further expansion of existing infrastructure. So the capacity for web-based access to document and their processing using sophisticated applications is one of the appealing factors for end users. So now we will define cloud. So we'll talk about some of the practical examples. So from the practical examples, they have divided into three categories. So first practical example. So in cloud computing was used in both large enterprises or small enterprises, that is startups, or software developers and end users like customers. So if you take an example of large enterprises can offload some of their activities to cloud-based systems. So if you take an example, real-time example, so New York Times has converted its digital library of past editions into a web-friendly format. So this required a considerable amount of computing power for a short period of time. So by renting Amazon EC2 and S3 cloud resources, Times performed this task in 36 hours. They have completed this task in 36 hours. That is, so some part is in their own servers and some part is in cloud. So whatever the past records are there, those records are moved to cloud. So for this, they didn't apply for no additional cost here. So this is in large enterprises. So large enterprises can offer some of their activities to cloud-based systems. So in small enterprises like startups, so can offer to translate their ideas into business results more quickly. So without excessive upfront cost. So Animoto is an example company. So who will create the videos out of images, music, and video fragments submitted by users. So the process involves a considerable amount of storage and a backend processing required. So for producing the videos, so which is finally made available to the users. So at present, Animoto does not own a single server and bases its computing infrastructure entirely on Amazon Web Service. So they counted Amazon Web Services for this, and without having its own physical server, he completely doing this project into cloud servers. So they have this is an example for startups. And next, how cloud computing will be helpful for system developers. So system developers can concentrate on the business logics rather than dealing with the complexity of infrastructure management and scalability. So one of the company in London, like Little Fluffy Toys Company, Little Fluffy Company in London that has developed a widget providing users with information about nearby bicycle rental services. So the company has managed to back the widget's computing needs on Google App Engine and be one of the market in only 1 week. Okay, so here developers mainly concentrate on developing the applications. Yeah, they are not bothering about the infrastructure thing here. So if you provide that environment, automatically developers will concentrate on more application development. And if you go through the last example, practical example, like end users can have their documents accessible from everywhere and any device. If you take an example of Apple iCloud, so which is a service that allows users to have their documents stored in the cloud and access them from any device user connect to it. So this makes it possible to take a picture while traveling with a smartphone. So go back to home and edit the same picture on your laptop and have it shown as update on your tablet computer. So whatever the data you have updated, that updated information you can see from anywhere. So in Apple iCloud. So these four practical examples like large enterprises, small startup companies, and software developers and end users. So these all things will be divided into three subcategories called public cloud, private cloud, and hybrid cloud. So where you can call it as a subscription oriented cloud service. You can also call it as everything as a service. So customer clients are using mobile phone or tab or laptop anything. So with the help of a credit card, so we need to contact the public cloud. So inside the public cloud, we'll have applications, development and runtime platforms, storage and compute. So from that, we can create a private cloud. If we don't have large storage space, then we can contact public cloud and store our data. So hybrid cloud means combination of public cloud as well as private cloud. See one more example diagram. So here in public cloud we have applications, development and runtime platforms, compute and storage. And we have a private cloud like governments which are using and like government agencies, and another private cloud which is organization personals. So all users can access public cloud. From that we'll go for the cloud manager and then create some private clouds. So cloud deployment models, which is public cloud, which is a third party, which is maintained by third party, and their multi-tenant cloud infrastructure and services are available, and these things are available on the basis of subscription. Okay, so public cloud is the best example is so teaching a class to all the students at a time. And next one, private cloud, a public cloud model within a company owned data center or infrastructure for internal or a partner use. So private cloud means giving a lecture to a single person, so personally. So then we can call it as a private cloud. And hybrid cloud is a combination of public as well as private cloud. That is mixed usage of private and public clouds. So leasing public cloud services when private cloud capacity is insufficient. So next, defining a cloud. So cloud computing has become a popular buzzword. It has been widely used to refer to different technologies, services and concepts. So it is often associated with virtualized infrastructure or hardware on demand, utility computing, IT outsourcing platform, and software as a service, and many other things. So that now are focused on the IT industry. It's mainly focused on IT industry. All these SaaS, PaaS, IaaS, all the services are provided by clouds. So different authors has given different definitions on cloud computing. We'll see the four different authors given the definition. So first author like Armbruster. So he stated that cloud computing refers to both the applications delivered as a service over the internet and the hardware and system software in the data center that provides those services. So what this definition describes is cloud computing as a phenomenon touching on the entire stack from the underlying hardware to the high level software service and applications. And NIST, so this is an US National Institute of Standards and Technology, gave one more definition on cloud computing. So cloud computing is a model for enabling continuous, convenient, on-demand network access to a shared pool of configurable computing resources that can be rapidly provisioned and released with minimal management effort or service provider interaction. And RISI, so one of the others have given three criteria to define cloud. So one is with the help of a web browser we'll access, and second one is zero capital investment we can access cloud, and third one is pay whatever you use. So Kumar has given a definition like this. A cloud is a type of parallel and distributed system consisting of a collection of interconnected and virtualized computers that are dynamically provisioned and presented as one or more unified computing resources based on service level agreements established through negotiation between the service provider and consumers. So to this we have discussed about the vision and cloud different definitions. In next class we'll see the next topic, cloud computing services. Thank you.